Ladies and gentlemen, it is not enough that the Democrats are in love with an illegal MS-13 gang member. It's not enough that they demand men play in women's sports. It's not enough that they support government waste and fraud. And it's not enough that they refuse to stand for a 13-year-old brain cancer survivor. Now, Democrats are presenting us with their worst take ever, which is fighting against autism research to figure out why rates in children are so high. In this video, we're going to take a look at the new cruel and delusional levels. This might have to be their worst take yet because this specifically is involving children, trying to figure out why this neurological disorder is becoming so prevalent and ruining the lives of so many kids. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but let's start by hearing from RFK just how common autism is these days.
The ASD prevalence rate in 8-year-olds is now 1 in 31. Shocking. There's an extreme risk for boys. Overall, the risk for boys of getting an autism diagnosis in this country is now 1 in 20. And as high in California, which has the best data collection. So it probably also reflects the national trend, 1 in 12.5 boys.
I mean, these are extremely concerning numbers. In California, 1 out of every 12 boys has autism. This is an epidemic and should be a national priority. Yet throughout this video, I'm going to show you the Democrats, in their obsession with misguided compassion and inclusion, are trying to make the argument that autism is a wonderful thing. It's a superpower. It's just a different kind of personality. It's something we should be inclusive of and accepting of, and basically advocating for why everybody should want their kid to be autistic. It's such an insanely cruel and unusual perspective to have, but yet it's so on point for the rest of the Democrat philosophy, masquerading around as compassion when in reality all it's doing is sentencing people to a life of hardship and struggle. This goes back to the root of the problem, which is the Democrat Party glamorizing and romanticizing mental illness as some sort of quirky personality or identity, rather than something that limits a person's ability to have a normal and enjoyable life. Here is RFK explaining just how disastrous it is that so many children are being diagnosed with autism, and reminding people just how disastrous this mental illness can be.
Sir, this is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. More importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes, they'll never hold a job, they'll never play baseball, they'll never write a poem, they'll never go out on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. And we have to recognize we are doing this to our children.
Now, that was the clip that sparked mass outrage by the virtue signaling left, prompting them to go on this mass endorsement campaign and describing what a superpower it is and why we should all be accepting and inclusive of it, and remove any stigma around it that it's some sort of hindrance or burden or a problem that needs to be fixed.